This was actually, this video was made by a community in the stream community, and it's called The Truth About Palworld's Success. Let's check it out.
Talk about Palworld, a game full of unique landscapes, combat, base building, dungeons, but most importantly, Pokemon-like creatures and humans that you can slaughter and enslave to do whatever you tell them to. It's a great game all around, but after just 4 short days, this game has reached almost 2 million concurrent users at its peak.
That is insane, by the way. From what I understand, this game had a budget of 10K, like $10,000, and it was made by like 4 or 5 people or something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. Top 2 concurrent players on Steam. I think the reason why it's so popular though is because it's kind of like what everybody always wanted from a Pokemon game. Something that just doesn't take itself too seriously, where you can just do a bunch of stuff, like run around, like catch pals or Pokemons, and then just do a bunch of random shit. And it doesn't really, it's not that serious of a game.
This left me asking, is this game really that good?
It's a pretty decent game.
To be honest, no.
No?
Now, before I get started,
I
want to say I'm not making this video to bash the game and say it sucks. Like I said, it's a solid game, and I've had a lot of fun playing with my friends so far.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to share my thoughts on why this game feels so average despite its success. Average combat, average building, average lag and bugs, even average assets and character design.
Oh god. Oh god, dude.
Nothing feels insanely new besides the creatures and impact of having a functional slave camp. In my opinion, 1.8 million concurrent players is insane for a company that started with only 10 developers that had to learn how to use Unreal Engine on the job and kept all their assets on hundreds of flash drives. To make it even wilder, let's talk about their budget real quick. I know cost doesn't mean everything, but when it's commonly accepted that nearly 25 to 50% of a total game's budget is spent on marketing and promotional activities, it's pretty incredible that Palworld's estimated budget was only around 6.5 to 7 million dollars. With
wait, what? Their budget? No, their budget was not 6.7 million. There's no shot. Wasn't it like? Are you sure?
Around 6.5 to 7 million dollars.
Wait, did I get one guide by the 10K? No, there's no way the budget is 6.7 million.
With 0 budgeting plans. In a recent interview, CEO Takuro Mizobi stated that he wanted to develop the game without worrying about the budget, instead choosing to keep working until the bank account reaches 0. Instead of setting a budget limit like most companies, they were going to just keep developing until they ran out of money. After that, they claimed they would just borrow money or just release what they had at the time. When compared,
the Harry Potter game was 150 million production cost, for example. I mean, yeah, but we're talking like about like big major production game, right? For like Harry Potter, not like just like a Pokemon with guns, right? A normal AA game today is 50 million to 200 million, going to 600 million for the most expensive ones. I mean, that is still, I mean, it's crazy. Maybe I'm just fully unaware, but holy crap. Plus the license. Yeah, license as well, and there's a lot of things that go into it, right?
Compared to other games like Battlefield 42.
The 10K budget is a meme. So I did get one guide. I don't know.
Elden Ring or Spider-Man. This makes you wonder how they were able to reach so many consumers.
Many people did.
With
Well,
a fraction of the power to market and promote their game. This brings me to my first point. One obvious reason for success that everyone is talking about is the fact that this game piggybacked off the success of Pokemon.
I believe the CEO said he had 10K when they started the company to develop games. Palworld isn't their first game. Oh, okay, so it was a misunderstanding for the meaning of what that like whole thing was.
They definitely gained a lot of attention for being compared to Pokemon, which generates billions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
We've all heard at least one person describe Palworld as Pokemon with guns.
Yep.
Wait, what? Gyarados, Lapras,
It's the juicer.
Pidgeotto, Eevee,
Electabuzz.
Raichu with a machine gun? What the What the f***?
Not only that, but it capitalized on what Game Freak, the developers of Pokemon, failed to do for years. That's giving players a version of Pokemon that's tailored to adults. It's pretty obvious that the developers of Palworld are feeding into the intrusive thoughts of those who grew up playing Pokemon.
Yeah, it is.
A captured human? What the f***? Are you kidding me? Guys,
it's just, these are things we all, like, okay, let's be honest, we've all thought about that, right? Like all those things, and then Palworld just sends it all. Yeah, you can capture humans. Yes, you can give them guns. You can do anything you want. All right?
Did I just invent slavery?
Oh
Holy
god. Okay, maybe not that much, but
The truth is,
Maybe-
killing and
maybe
slaving
not that
and even
much.
mating with the Pokemon-like creatures are huge sell points to the now adult consumers who grew up playing Pokemon. Now this next point is one that definitely isn't talked about enough. When Palworld dropped, we as gamers were in an absolute dry spell of good games to play. Normally, when a new game drops, people
look at Season of Discovery, man. It's the best game ever made.
ask their friends to come join them in this new interesting game they've had their eye on for a while.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people are already content playing other games and have to find time or justify spending money on a new game. But when Palworld dropped, it seemed like everybody was fiending for a new game to play.
I also think it's just the game is quite cheap. I know it's like early access and whatnot, but it's like $28 for a game. Compared to like a lot of new releases that are literally like $60, $70, $80 sometimes, that's not that bad, dude. $28 for a game you can play for a few weeks, a month, whatever the hell. That's really nice, right? People don't want to spend $60 on a new card. Yeah, it's just really good. And yeah, it's free on Xbox Game Pass. Exactly.
Most people I know were either playing the new League of Legends update, trying out the new Tarkov Arena.
There's a
mode,
lot of new
or
games though that
waiting
are
for the
good
new
though.
World of Warcraft Season of Discovery update to drop.
Before Phase 2 comes out, we should just do a lot more variety. And I think that's right
Oh,
now
me.
what I want to do for variety is Palworld.
Maybe I'm wrong,
Right.
but it seemed like the perfect time to drop a game like Palworld because everybody was somewhat bored of the current games that occupied their time.
A little bit.
Now let's talk about another reason that's a bit smaller but definitely worth noting. We have only been looking at the Steam charts. People often mention that it's also on Game Pass,
Xbox.
but I'm here to tell you that it's kind of not. What's not being talked about is the fact that you can't even access official servers from the Game Pass version. The option
Yeah, Nomson messaged me about this. Nomson has been playing on Game Pass. His friend of mine, obviously a mod in the stream. It's like so many patches behind on the Game Pass that it's literally almost not even worth playing on the Game Pass. Because it's like there's so many things you just can't do.
isn't even available when you look at the main screen. The only thing you could do
Yeah.
is start a server and play with 4 players max using an invite code. So unless you want to play
It's
solo
alpha, yeah.
or have just a few buddies to play with, you are pretty much forced to buy it on Steam. It might not contribute to much, but I know people who played on Game Pass for the first day, got discouraged, and were pretty much funneled into buying it on Steam even though they have Game Pass.
Yep.
These might not be the only reasons why Palworld has seen such a massive success, so if you guys have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I didn't even want to get into the controversies surrounding the game and how that attention probably affected the size of this game at launch too.
I mean, if anything, it probably brought more attention to it. All the drama, all the shit going on with it, the lawsuit from Nintendo and everything like that, it probably just brought more attention to it, man, and it made it even more popular. Like, dude, that's just how those kind of things goes, man.
Despite its
But
obvious
I definitely do want to try out Enshrouded.
flaws, the game is enjoyable, but I'll continue to call this game average. In my opinion, among other things, the developers just knew what people were wanting and happened to pick an awesome launch time. Looking at this game without the points I mentioned, I would have expected this game's outcome to be similar to Valheim's, which reached about 500,000 concurrent players
That's still a
around
lot.
launch. One thing I think we can all agree on is
I
the
never
fact
played Valheim though. But again, yeah, I kind of do agree what he's saying. Like, is it a 10 out of 10 insane game? No. Is it game of the year? No. Is it just a good game to play for a few weeks with the boys, hang out and do some fun stuff? Yeah.
that what goes up must come down. And as quickly as this game rose to the top, if the devs don't release an update with quality of life changes and most importantly, in my opinion, PvP, this game will be lucky to be sitting at 100,000 concurrent users by the end of February.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna stick at 1.6 mil, but I mean, honestly, adding some cool updates would be sick. Like being able to like maybe do like imagine like some Pokemon Stadium. You go into a stadium and you bring your 4 pals with you, and you duke it out against other pals. You can do like a ladder style thing at stadiums. Literally, that would be insane. You have your 4 pals, you bring in, you have your roster. There's other people that bring in their pals, and you fight them. That could be sick. That could actually be really fun, you know? So yeah, a Palworld Stadium. Sorry, yeah, Palworld Stadium. Maybe call it a Palworld Arena, right? But yeah, if they don't update this betaverse, they will 100 players. Yeah, I mean, they should definitely update it. But honestly, very nice video. I liked it. I like that he's taking a little bit of a different take on it from what maybe not normal people would say. This was made from one of the boys in the community, guys. But really, really nice video. I'll definitely toss him a sub, and I'll link the video as well, guys, for you guys. Check out.